You know, Tiffany Jones, I love being behind the scenes. I love the green room. Like if I could just hang out in the green room the whole episode, I would do that, by the way, but I can't. So before I read this long bio, which means I'd be here obviously all day long, take a moment and tell me who is Tiffany Jones and what is Tiffany up to these days?
Hi, Shay. Let me first say thank you so very much for having me on your platform. I am so extraordinarily excited to be here today and just to share with your listeners about the two brands that I manage, What Rule Do You Live By and I Rule My Life. I am the creator and founder
Mhm.
of those two brands. One of them is a merchandising line, and the other is a book series that we'll be talking about. And those are my babies, and I'm here to share them with the world, hoping that we can engage in conversation with the listeners and teaching them how to ultimately say I rule my life and what it means to say, what rule do you live by, what it means to have those rules in your life, and how you can apply them and make it a win situation for your life.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I know we'll get into it in a minute, but have rules changed? I mean, we're now in uncharted waters. I mean, these are times that none of us have seen. I know we'll get into that when we get out of this green room, but between you and I and all the eavesdroppers
Yeah.
out there right now, have the rules changed that we rule our life by because of what's going on, or does it make them stronger? I'm just curious what your thoughts are.
It can make them stronger because the rule that you live by, Shay, it is the one thing in your life that is unwavering. It never changes no matter what. It's the foundation that you stand on. It is how you govern your life. And when we have those rules to live by, we save ourselves the grief of making poor choices. So they're very important to have, and we're going to discuss that.
They really are. And I'm curious, over the course of your life, you've done so much. And I'm not, what is your big why, but I'm curious, what's your mission in life right now? Like, what drives you? What's your purpose?
As we'll talk about, one of the rules that I live by is, does it add value? So that's a question that I ask myself in my personal life, in my professional life. Does it add value? Is what I'm doing in my work, is if what I'm doing in my relationships, in my personal, professional relationships, whatever that is, I'm asking myself the question: does it add value? And so that's the mission that I like to push forward in teaching people how to introduce that rule that they live by into their lives, so that they have something strong, this foundation that they have to stand on. For me, everything that I approach, well, most things that I approach, I'm asking myself the question: does it add value? If I have to make a decision whether to do something or not do it, I'm asking myself, Tiffany, does this add value? If it doesn't, that's my answer. If it does, that's my answer.
Well, I've got good news and better news. The good news is you felt this added value to your life, so you're here with the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe, and we couldn't be at a better place. Come on, somebody. This is great. This is great. I love it. So I got to get going. You know how this goes. They're like, Shay, you got to get going. But Courtney is out there right now. Karen's out there right now. Joseph just showed up. What's up, Jeannie? Thanks a lot for joining. You're in for a treat. You're going to love what she's doing, by the way. Let me go ahead and get going. I got to get going. We'll start off the show now. We got to get going in 5, 4. It's my favorite thing to do. 3, 2, 1. It's showtime. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there. And they say yeah, and they say yeah. Cause all I do is win.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And that mission is to empower, that mission is to inspire, and that mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with resources. Isn't that what you really need? Resources, which takes revenue to really execute, I believe, 3 visions that you have right now. I believe you first have a vision for yourself. There's certain clothes you want to wear. There's food that you want to buy and eat, by the way. There's vacations you want to take your family on. It takes resources, which means it takes revenue. And then for some of you out there, you have a second vision, and that vision is for your loved ones, the ones you care the most about, the ones you want to write a check maybe for healthcare insurance. Maybe you want to pay someone's mortgage. I get the pleasure of hanging out with Mother Dear, and if she wants to order food, because she's not letting anybody in the house right now for obvious reasons, and we take it to her door, we can do that. And then others of you, you have a vision for the people you were called to serve. And I always like to share, whether you're a believer or not, I like to share the story of Noah in the Bible. And imagine that you're Noah in the Bible, by the way, and it takes resources. So you show up and you say, I got a vision from God. I'm ready to go. And they say, well, there's no hammer. Oh, man, there's no resources. Okay, hey, Noah, guess what? What? There's no nails. No nails? Get out of here. There's no wood. There's no people, no team to put the boat together. Then he can't execute that vision that's much bigger than himself. And that might be you. That might be where you are right now. And so this morning, this evening, this afternoon, no matter what time it is for you, we got the one and only Tiffany James is here for one reason only. And that is to do what? That's give you the resources. So Tiffany, how are you over there?
Hi, Shay. I'm great. Tiffany Jones.
I looked at, I said James again. Oh my gosh, I got to get this thing right. I've done so many. Tiffany Jones. I'm not perfect, everyone, but I'm getting better. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. Tiffany Jones. I'm getting better and better. You know, Tiffany, it's those folks that are tuning in right now, like Kevin, who's watching right now, Sarah, who's watching right now, Damon Moats, who's watching right now, Clasina Deshawn Horn, who's watching right now. You said a couple times, what rules do I live by? And tell us, what does that even mean? Like, what's the backstory behind that? And what does it mean?
You know, what rule do you live by? It's that, Shay, it's just that one thing in your life that's unwavering. It never changes no matter what. And we all have them. So, think about that one thing that maybe your parents always told you as a kid, right? Mm-hmm. That one thing that your grandparents always said to you, or maybe it's a lesson that you learned as an adult that has created this rule that you live by. And, I'm sure maybe a few of your listeners are saying to themselves right now, you know what? Yes, my mom did always tell me that one thing, or my dad always said this. And you know what? I remember that. And so what I love about what rule do you live by is that it's a thought-provoking conversation starter. And it starts the conversation about the rules that we live by. And once we have those rules established in our lives, then we stand on this foundation of making better choices for ourselves. And we're able to govern our lives in a way that best serves us. So, we have the rules that we live by, but, to have the rule is not just enough. You have to have the discipline behind it, because we can have 1,001 rules that we say, like, whatever they may be for one's life. And sometimes we may not always call them rules. We may call them a law, a mantra, a motto, guiding principle. I think I've even heard you refer to it as a core belief. Yeah. You may not call them rules, but when we have them and apply the discipline behind it to stick to that, mm-hmm. It becomes a game-changing element of our lives.
So, have the rules changed? Okay, let's just talk about where we are now. The world mm-hmm. is turned upside down, right? Or shut down. And we're not stuck at home, as they say. We're what? Safe at home. And that's a good feeling right now. I'm safe right now in my home, and you look very safe over there. Are you safe? Yeah, you look safe where you are. You look safe. So talk about, for folks where they are today, have the rules changed? And if so, how?
It depends on what it is.
Good answer, yeah.
It depends on what the rule is. I have plenty of people say, you know what, Tiffany, the rule I live by is, I put God first. I put God first in absolutely everything in my life. And so for them, That rule ain't changing.
Mm-hmm.
That rule is not changing. However, let's say you're an entrepreneur and there's rules that you live by in the entrepreneurial world. Are they changing for you now? Yeah, yeah, they are. You're having to figure out how to pivot to now speak to this changing world of where we are today, where we're not able to go and sit down and be face to face with one another. We're not able to go and meet up in the way that we normally did. We have to have communication like this via Skype and Zoom, and just do things differently. My birthday was about a week ago, and my girlfriends had a Zoom birthday party for me. It was great, and so
And I'm sure everyone showed up on time, and it's the first one you ever had, right?
my first Zoom birthday party ever.
How was it? How was it? Tell us. You can't just leave us hanging. How was it?
It was amazing. So there's a brand that I have also, which is a merchandising brand called I Rule My Life. And so they all had on my T-shirt or my hat or my cup, and they all just had a toast. Had a toast to me, like, Tiffany, just want to celebrate you and say happy birthday to you. We can't do it in person. We have to, do our social distancing and stay safe at home, like you said. But it was absolutely the most heartwarming thing that I've had someone do for me in however long I can remember. I'll never forget it.
Wow, that's really special. When you say what rule do I live by, I know you have a book and you have some things that are going to be associated with that. But can you kind of frame some rules that are out there? Maybe rules that folks have for their life, and maybe there's some rules in business, just so folks that are thinking, you know what, my grandmother says something, my aunt says something, but it's not top of mind to me. And what are some rules that I can write down now that may help me, especially when I'm going through very tough, challenging, uncertain, and to some folks, it's turned their life upside down.
I'm going to turn to some of the rules that have been shared with me. Definitely during a time like this. One of the rules that one of my very good friends, her name is Naima, that she gave to me was be happy anyway.
Ooh.
Be happy anyway. She's a breast cancer survivor, phenomenal woman. She started, working out just to get fit, and then realized that, wow, she kind of liked how she was looking, and then she went on to start bodybuilding, and then won her very first competition. It was amazing, and so hers was whatever is going on, whatever is happening in our lives right now, be happy anyway. I'll have it right here, and I just want to make sure I get it right. My friend, Dr. Oban Bourne, who's been on your show, one of the rules that he lives by is persistence. Over, under, around, and through, whatever it takes, I'm willing to do.
I love that. Say that again. I like that jingle.
Whatever it takes, I'm willing to do. So when we have these rules that we live by, again, it really becomes the foundation of our everyday life. And when I stand firm on this, when it's unwavering, when it never changes, it becomes a game changer for me because I'm consistent.
When the person's listening right now is thinking to themselves, well, how many rules should I have? I mean, should I have one mantra, two mantras, 10 mantras? What do you say to that person right now?
Again, it depends. And so one of the, I've been a corporate professional for over 20 years, and I travel. I'm a business traveler. And so one of the things that I had to establish for myself is, how I maintained my diet when I'm traveling. And so the rule that I live by is, Tiffany, maintain the healthy at home, maintain the healthy when you're gone, when you're traveling, when you're away. And so I had to make some changes there. And so in my book, What Rule Do You Live By? There's a workbook that takes the audience through the steps of how to create the rule that they live by. And so I create the example there where I list out the one area. You can have more than one, but I list out the one area as an example where I wanted to see some change in my life. And where I wanted to see some change in my life is maintaining my healthy habits when I was away from home. And so then I listed out, what is my why? Why is it that I want to do this? Well, I'm healthy at home. Why am I not healthy when I'm traveling? And so I wanted my why was just basically maintaining that consistency when I'm away from home. And then I said, what does my life look like? Once I accomplish this, what is my life going to look like once I, define this why for me and then see it through? Well, for me, it's maintaining the size that is comfortable for me, comfortable for my lifestyle. And then I list out the 5 things that were necessary for me to do in order to maintain the habit when I was traveling. So my day is full. There really isn't not any time to sit down, for dinner. So I'm on the go. My day starts at 8 o'clock. It may not end until 10 o'clock. So I'm on the move consistently. And so I may have to go to the fast food restaurant and order something there. And so, okay, Tiffany, instead of ordering the burger, get the salad. Instead of having the soda, get the water, and then completely skip the fries. The other step to that was, when you land to wherever it is your destination is, go to the grocery store and buy, fruits so that as your snacks, so that you're not grabbing the first candy bar that you see. So that was a change that I wanted to see for myself. And I, put the steps into place as my workbook details out, and applied that, and I've been able to maintain that ever since. So we just have to be able to, have that yearning within ourselves to really, really want to make that change and then stick to it. The discipline is really key.
Yeah, I love that. And are there certain rules that you share when someone's had a setback in life? I love the rule, be happy always. I love that, by the way. What if someone's trying to have a comeback right now? And mentally, this might not be a question, but the question is, mentally, they're under stress, right? And I like to be happy. They're under stress, and there might be a rule. And I'll give you an example that I shared earlier about someone I talked to earlier this week, and she's now working home full time.
Yep.
So she's a full-time work-at-home person. She's a full-time entrepreneur. She's a full-time wife. She says, I'm a full-time mom. She's now a full-time school teacher. She just found out she's a full-time administrator because she got to take their homework and turn their homework in. And she said, hey, Shay, I'm a full-time cafeteria person because I got to fix 3 meals now to make sure everyone's eating throughout the day. And I'm more overwhelmed than ever, plus all the other stuff she was already doing. And it could be a male. I don't want to just put it just on her. So my question is, for people like that, that's so topsy-turvy, are there any other rules that you can suggest when you say rules that we live by? Any other rules that they can maybe apply, or principles?
It's just I would encourage the reader to think about that and come up with the rules that are going to be encouraging, something that speaks to them, What is going to be encouraging to you during this time? What are going to be the rule that's motivating you during this time? Again, everyone has to pivot and do something a little different, because we're in times that we've never seen before, and we're in times that have that no one could have ever imagined beyond the Hollywood movies. And this just was beyond thinking. Besides the directors and the producers, and so it's important to challenge yourself with what's going to be motivating, what's going to be uplifting to you. I read a post that once we come out of this, my prayer is that no one comes out of this the same way they entered this. And so one of the things that I mentioned in my book is that everything in life happens for a reason. Every event happens for a reason. And if you pay attention to your life, that event is here to teach you something. But if you don't realize the lesson that is here to teach, then that same event will continue to come to, reoccur until you get it. And so I would encourage people to take this time to reassess, reevaluate. Do you need to connect with someone that you haven't spoken to in a while? Do you need to heal a family relationship that where you haven't had communication in some time? How are you going to come out of this differently than when you went into it?
I like that. Come out of that differently. And that's probably a perfect segue for folks that are listening right now. Like Monica Rogers Williams is just an amazing person, by the way. She not only can she bake, but she can DJ her butt off. You guys haven't listened to her, tune in her, man. She's super amazing. Teresa Rowell Brown is on here. Oliver Roy's on here. Lawrence Martin, D. Bowden. What's going on? So many folks. What's up, Arthur Sine? I see you out there.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I'm just screaming names. She's like, hey, whoever you are, thanks for watching. Thanks for just being here. That's hilarious. You're funny. But what's really important about that, by the way, what's really important as we're talking about that is you then have another mantra as you slide probably a little bit closer to your left. There you go. So we won't get you falling off the screen.
There you go.
I rule. That's perfect. I rule my life.
Yeah.
Now, when I saw that mantra, I was like, whoa, what's the backstory on that? I mean, that's like, I rule my life. Not we gonna rule it. Not I'm partnering with someone. Not I'm looking to try to collaborate. Give us the backstory on why you launched that brand.
So I Rule My Life was born out of What Rule Do You Live By? I was with one of my girlfriends. We were attending a conference in LA, and I knew it would still be some time before the book was released. And I was really, kind of brainstorming on how I was going to monetize this brand in the meantime. And so there was a T-shirt that was being sold at the conference, and it said, "I love my life." And I had one, and it was sitting in my lap. I purchased one, and out of nowhere, Shay, out of nowhere, these are those inspired thoughts that come to us that we have to act upon. Out of nowhere, the thought came to me, "Well, Tiffany, what about I rule my life?" And I go, "Yes, that's it. I rule my life. I rule my life." That is and I just ran with it from there. And by the time I got back home, I was starting to look for distributors so that I could, print up this mantra on a T-shirt and cups and hats, which I do have at my website, IRuleMyLife.com. And so I Rule My Life serves as the affirmation. As the affirmation of your life, of the things that motivate you, the things that drive you, of the things that just create this wonderful and fabulous life that you're living. And I Rule My Life, the meaning behind that is, I am the creator of my world, my destiny, whatever it is that I've set out to do, and I've done it. I've accomplished that. Behind it, I say, I rule my life. If you were a corporate professional, but you wanted to be an entrepreneur and you stepped out on faith and, quit your job and you wanted to take up entrepreneurship professionally, behind that you say, I rule my life. If you have been working on a book for years, like me, and you finally have become an author, and you published your first book, I rule my life. If you're a wife and a mom and a career woman and you're holding all of that down, behind that you say, I rule my life. I did this. I make this happen every single day. And the way that you can personalize I Rule My Life so that it resonates more with you is you can put an emotion behind it, a destination, or maybe an occupation. So one of the things that I love to do, Shay, I love to travel. Every single year, my girlfriends and I
know the pictures all on the website. I'm like, man, when I look at your website, I feel like I need to jump on a boat and go somewhere. I'm like, goodness gracious. Y'all got to check it out.
Yeah, every single year we go to some pretty exotic location.
Cool.
And
Yeah, look, she's trying to be nice. Some exotic. It's cool. It's fun. It is for them.
And so one of the things I say is I rule my life when traveling. That is one of the things that I absolutely love to do. It's thriving to my spirit, to my soul. It's it's fun, it's relaxing, and the group of girlfriends that I have, there's no egos, no confrontations, no attitudes. Everyone is just love or above. It's all about just having a good time. And so maybe one might say I rule my life with love, or I rule my life with gratitude. I rule my life with confidence. And if you're a traveler like me, I rule my life whatever your favorite destination is. I rule my life in Spain. I rule my life in Paris. For my birthday last year, I went to Cabo.
Ooh,
And
I
so
like
I created
Cabo.
a t-shirt for myself. It says, I rule my life in Cabo.
That is so cool. We're talking to the one and only, the fabulous one. Talking about I rule my life. Everyone, do me a favor. Look right below the video. And write these words. I rule my life. Just put I rule my life. Hashtag Tiffany Jones. Just put I rule my life. Hashtag Tiffany Jones. I like that. I love that mantra. I love that as a core value. I love that as a belief statement. I love it as you would say, the way you live your life as a rule. It's spot on. Look, when we come back, we're going to ask Tiffany, the one and only, about how today is my January 1st and what rules should you have, number one. And then number two, I'm going to ask her how you can connect with her, how you can stay in this conversation. Many of you can go over right now to, is it irulемylife.com? Is that the site you want them to go to?
That is it. Yes.
You can go over to www. What's the website? So y'all already writing, I rule my life. That's right. I'm going to have a good time. I rule my life while I'm home with all this time on my hands. Anyway, go ahead. What's the website?
Yes. One of two, www.irulемylife.com or www.thetiffanyjonesgroup.com. So I Rule My Life speaks to the merchandising side. What Rule Do You Live By speaks to the book.
Oh, I love it. I love it. We come back. We're going to finish this conversation with the one and only Tiffany Jones. And now we're going to head over to Connect Thigpen. Tell me, Connect Thigpen. And she says, make room to grow. Well, you rule your life. You got the rules. Now you can grow. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Take it away, Dr. Connect.
Hello, it's your girl, Dr. Kenneth Thigpen, also known as Dr. K, founder of Rise Women's Network. And Rise Women's Network is pleased to present to you hashtag Next Sister Up. I'm with you in the Happy Entrepreneurs Tribe, and today is my January 1st. Here's your thought of the week. Make room to grow. You see, I have these beautiful plants behind me, and I have several others throughout the house. And there was this one plant that no matter what I did, it did not seem to grow. I put water in it, I put plant food in it, I put it by the window, away from the window, upstairs, downstairs, and nothing seemed to work. So I called my mom and said, Mom, what should I do? And she said, Kenneth, that plant has been in the same pot for at least 2 years. You need to repot it to give it more room to grow. Which made me think about us as individuals and in life and business. There are times where we have ourselves in this pot, in this little small bubble, playing small. In reality, we need to make room to grow. And so the first thing I want to share with you is that this might require us to change. And change is not bad. So it might require us to change some people, places, or even situations in our life. The second thing that comes to mind in order to make more room to grow is that it's time for us to have a greater impact. So let's make more room for greater impact. And we can do this by diversifying our offerings, leveraging platforms, partnering with other people to form strategic partnerships, or maybe just having new opportunities in general. And lastly, it's super important as we make room to grow is that we continue to grow personally. And so you might want to do this by either reading books, joining master classes, going to trainings, attending an online course, and just gaining more knowledge and experience. So I challenge you this week, make more room to grow. It's your girl, Dr. K. Make it a great day.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue focused, late night show in the country where we're on a mission. And that mission is to inspire, the mission is to empower, and the mission really is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And I'm super excited to be speaking to the one and only Tiffany Jones. And she's with, the brand is What Rules Your Life. But she also has the other one, which is I Rule My Life. I love it. Is that right? What rules your life?
What rule do you live by?
Yeah, what rule do you live by? I keep saying what rules you live by. What rule do you live by? Y'all need to give me some cool monitors in here or something like that. But what rule do you live by? And then I rule my life. Let me ask you a question. One of our core beliefs here. What's up? I see Daryl's out there. Katisha Patisa's going on. Thanks a lot, Felicia, Cynthia Smith. So many folks are tuning in right now. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. You can hit the share button. You can pay this message forward. You can hit the watch party button. And when you do that, write those words, I rule my life.
That's right. That's
Hashtag
it.
Tiffany Jones. You can do that right now. Pay this message. Someone needs to hear that right now in the present moment. One of our core beliefs here is today is my January 1st. And for those folks who know what that is, that means it's an opportunity really for you to get a do-over, a restart, a rebirth. Your past doesn't equal your future. For those folks that are hearing it for the first time, January 1st are those moments throughout the day where you have to make a decision, any moment. And that decision could change the trajectory of your life, right? So you either, as I always like to say, you either work out at home, which you have all the time to do now, or you sit on the couch and you watch Netflix. You either eat hamburgers and french fries or a bag of chips, if that's what you want. Or you go to your refrigerator and there's broccoli, there's kale, there's Brussels sprouts, there's celery, there's carrots. Some of you are like, oh, that sounds so good. That's a January 1st moment. My question to you, Tiffany, is when you hear those words, today is my January 1st, what does it mean to you? What do you hear?
Today is my January 1st, Shay. For me, it's about renewal. And it's about fresh starts, new beginnings. Life is made up of many challenges. Sometimes those, we have our setbacks and we have our comebacks. and if today were January 1st, then what I would want to focus on is my renewal. I am an avid journal writer. I love journals. I write in them every single night, and what I love about them is, going back months or even years previous to see what it is that I wrote on this day. What was my new, revelation, or what is it new that I learned or met? And so for me, it's if today were my January 1st, it is about renewal. How am I going to renew my life? How am I going to renew my growth? How am I going to renew my personal relationship, my professional relationship? What's going to be different about my life going forward? Because everything is about progression. We have to, for me, consistently keep moving forward. We can't remain stagnant in anything that we do. Forward, progressive movement. That is, renewal.
I love it. What was your January 1st moment? That moment where you decided to draw a line in the sand, you planted your flag, and you said, you know what? I'm going to teach folks how they can rule their life. I'm going to teach folks to understand there's certain rules that they can live by. What was your January 1st moment as an entrepreneur? You might have had many along your journey of life, but what was one?
And true, there have indeed been many. The result of that was creating multiple streams of income for myself. And in a day such as today, that is so valuable to the people that have been able to achieve that. Because while one segment of our income, one segment of our finances have possibly stalled, there's this and this and this over here that I still have to rely on, that I still have to build, that I still am able to grow. And so, having the multiple streams of income has proven to be something definitely that has added value.
I love it. What do you share with your clients on the challenge of being consistent? They're saying today is my January 1st. They're saying I live by these rules. And then life is a series of being on track, and then we're off track. And then we're on track, and then we're off track. What advice do you give to folks that need to be #stay the course and be consistent?
It's determining the things that work best for you. So when we hit those moments, those challenges in life that kind of get us off track a little bit, maybe mess with our mind a little bit, something someone said or did or whatever, remaining consistent in the things that I know that are going to pull me back to center, that are going to align me with, my beliefs, that are going to align me with the rules that I live by, and just keep me consistent on that particular path. Whatever's going on over here does not best serve my life. I have to remain consistent and focused the end game here, whatever that is.
I love it. I love it. All right. When we come back, we're gonna ask the one and only Tiffany Jones to share her final thoughts, and I'm gonna have a couple questions for her. We call it rapid fire questions, by the way, and as we get to ask a question, and she gets to answer whatever comes top of mind to her. And we're going to do that. Then I'm also going to ask her, how can you connect with her once again? What's the best way to connect and stay in this conversation over and beyond today? We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. We're going to go over to the one and only Kim Warren Martin that says, don't complain, be grateful. She's in Little Rock, Arkansas. I had a good time to hear that. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes. Take it away, Kim.
Hey there, all you rockin' happy entrepreneurs. Today is your January 1st. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled, bringing you my thought of the week here on the Happy Entrepreneur Show. This week's thought is, don't complain, be grateful. Whenever there's an opportunity to complain, there's an equal opportunity for gratitude. Earlier this week, my husband came up to me and he was rubbing his hands together to let me know how dry they were. Literally, it sounded like sandpaper. Well, I started doing the same thing, and guess what? I got the same sound effect. Just because we're having to wash our hands so much these days and use hand sanitizer so often. So as we talked and lamented over how dry our hands were, it dawned on me that there is a blessing in these dry hands. So one of the things I thought was, thank you for my hands. Thank you for soap. Thank you for running water. Thank you for mobility to turn the water on and off. Thank you for eyesight to even see the change in them. And thank you for feeling in my hands to know that they're dry. And finally, yes, thank you for lotion. Whenever you sense yourself being negative or complaining, even slightly, whatever the situation, find something to be grateful for. Let's say, for example, you didn't get the deal, you didn't close the sale, it fell through. Well, find at least 7 things you can say thank you for in the situation, such as thank you for my business. Thank you for the opportunity to solve someone's problem. Thank you for a product or service that's needed. Thank you for my phone to even make the call. Thank you for the ability to talk. Thank you for the ability to hear, even if it was no. And thank you for the lessons I learned from this experience. 1 Thessalonians 5:18 says, be thankful in all circumstances. So in all circumstances, find something to be grateful for. This is Dr. Kim Warren Martin, founder of Successful and Fulfilled, with the thought, don't complain, be grateful. Until next time, make it a wonderful day. Back over to you, Shay.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country where we're on a mission. And that mission is to empower, the mission is to inspire, and the mission is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the big vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we're talking to the one and only Tiffany Jones. I love it because I said James in the very beginning, so I'm emphasizing Jones. I'm making sure we get that thing right, by the way. Give a guy a little points for doing that. We're now in the rapid fire segment. In the rapid fire segment is where I get to ask any question that's top of mind to me, and you get a minute or 2 minutes or less to answer it. They like the less more than 2 minutes, by the way, to answer the question. And my first question is, what's one of the lessons you learned from one of your mentors along your journey of life that you can share with us? So I'm sure you had so many mentors along this journey of life. But if you had to pick one and just say, here's the one lesson, you don't have to tell us the person's name, but here's the one lesson that I learned that I could share with the audience.
It had to do with integrity. Whatever it is that you do when someone is looking needs to be the same thing that you do when no one is looking. Have the integrity about your life, have the integrity about your work, have the integrity about everything that it is that you do, that you approach, that you work on. What is the integrity of what you're doing? Have that consistent throughout every level for what you're working on, for what you're doing. Integrity is key.
I love it. You read probably many books and watched a lot of movies, and I'm wondering what movie or book have you read, other than a good book, that has had an impact in your life? Something that pops top of mind to you, like, you know what, this is one of the lessons from that that's just top of mind to me right now.
One of the books, I'm trying to recall the name, I believe it's called Untethered Soul. I believe the author is Michael Singer.
Okay.
singer, and it talks about, that chatter that goes on in your head, and how to, quiet your mind and turn that chatter off, or how to allow that chatter to pass through you. He speaks to, when we have the chatter, when we have those thoughts that are not serving us, to allow it just to pass through you. Don't pay attention to it. Don't catch on to it. Just allow it to pass through you. And it's one of the things that I definitely have had to practice a lot over the years, just to quiet the chatter, quiet my mind, and to not allow those negative thoughts or feelings to catch on.
Sure. You love to travel. You travel to a number of places, so it's hard to say what's your favorite place. But what's one place that pops top of mind to you that gave you peace of mind, gave you serenity of all your travels? And there's so many. I know you've traveled a lot, but it's just top of mind to you. And I'm curious why.
It would have to be Santorini, Greece.
Okay.
And because it is just breathtakingly beautiful, gorgeous, postcard perfect. My friends and I were staying in a villa that over in this cove that overlooks the sea, and either more, sunrise or sunset. It was majestic. It was just something that just fed your soul. When you look out upon the water, you have no choice but to feel gratitude. Wow, thank you that I'm able to stand here on the other side of the world, to take in this beauty. The commercial that you aired, you mentioned that she was from Little Rock, Arkansas. That's my hometown.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. Dr. Kim Warren Martin and Rod Martin, they're from right there.
Yes, and so I say, this young girl from Little Rock, Arkansas has, traveled to all of these, wonderful, wonderful places of the world that have fed my soul and taught me a lot about myself. And just that when there's something that you want to do and there's something that you want to achieve, do it. Go for it. Don't wait on anyone else. When my first trip was to Italy, I went by myself. Well, let me rephrase. I didn't know anyone that I went with a travel group, but I didn't know anyone. And one of the most life-changing experiences of my life, because the people that I did meet are some of my best friends today. And of course, they're the ones that I still travel with.
Yeah, speaking of that, you went and you didn't know anybody, which is crazy. And you went with a travel group, which is even weird. But that being said, how do you expand your comfort zones? And what's one of the ways that you get outside of your comfort zone? Because for some folks, they may have rules, but then when it comes time to apply those rules, it's a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's like, okay, like my grandmother, I think of my grandmother, she used to call me Che Che. She's the only person in the world ever called me Che Che. But her rule was Che Che, spend less than you make and you'll always have money. Diet and exercise, you may live a long life. Well, it took me a lot of years, 40 plus years, to figure out to spend less than I make, although it was a simple rule. So my question is, how do you expand and really get and do things that are uncomfortable?
This is my personal saying. It may not work for everyone, but basically, Tiffany, it's not going to kill you. It's not going to kill you. You may hear no. You might get a yes, but you never know. You're never going to know until you do. And so there's so much fear that we have initially with having to do something that we've never done before, having to embark out on something new. And once we've actually done it, then we say, you know what, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. Like, okay, I didn't die.
Yeah.
So again, that's my saying for myself. Tiffany, it's not going to kill you. So go ahead and do it.
Go ahead and do it anyway. I love how you think. When we come back, we're going to ask Tiffany Jones if she'll give us her closing thoughts or her final thoughts. Before I do that, Tiffany, tell them once again, how can they connect with you? How can they stay in this conversation over and beyond the time that you and I have?
Right. Visiting one of my two websites, www.irulemylife.com or www.thetiffanyjonesgroup.com.
I love it. Everyone head over there right now. By the way, she has some cool apparel. I ain't seen anything for guys, by the way, but I'll buy some for my wife. But it's some really cool apparel right there. I rule my life. And she has the other one, which you'll see when you get there as well. We're going to go over to Houston, Texas, to the one and only Dorsey Hill, by the way. And Dorsey Hill says, you are amazing. Isn't that cool? Like, you rule your life and you are amazing. Get the grease, by the way. It sounded like she had a fantastic time. Her whole face lit up like, shit, I want to go back there. But anyway, Dorsey Hill, take it away. We'll be back in less than 2 minutes.
Hello, hi, howdy. It's your girl, Dorsey Hill, the founder of the soon-to-be open to the public Healthy Happy Fun Life Academy. And I'm so excited to be back in the Happy Entrepreneur Tribe. Why, you ask? I'm glad you asked. Because it's the best day ever. And my dog agrees. Yeah, they have to come in and get in on the action. Mama can't have all the action by herself. It's our best day ever. Why? Because it's January 1. And there's something even more special about today because it's my birthday. It's my birthday and my January 1 all rolled into one. Woo woo. Okay, now that we got that nonsense out of the way, I really am excited to be back here with you guys. And yes, it's my birthday. I'm having a blast. Had a piece of fabulous cake that my mom used to make. She's no longer with us, so I have a piece of cake in her honor, which is German chocolate. Oh, so I might be a little extra crazy because of all the sugar. It's okay, we're just going to roll with it. I'm not going to give you a tip, a tool, a trick, or a resource. All I'm going to do is give you a gift from me to you on my birthday and just remind you that you are amazing. You're doing a great job. And I know you don't hear that often, and you probably don't tell yourself that. So my gift to you on my birthday is to remind you that you're awesome, you're amazing, you're doing a fabulous job because let's face it, not everyone has the wherewithal, the stamina, even the want to start a business, keep it going no matter what, and to make it something amazing. And you are doing it. I think you guys are amazing and you need to know that. So that's my gift to you on my birthday. Remember, you're amazing. And you can save this part of the video. Let's not tell Shay. You don't have to watch all the rest of the video except this one. Save this part, okay? Shh, don't tell Shay. Anyway, you can save this and remind yourself that you are amazing. You're doing a great job, and I'm super excited to be here with you. And as always, my wish for each and every one of you is that you're happy, you're healthy, and having a ton of fun in this life and business that you're creating. My biggest Texas love and hugs to each and every one of you on the best day ever. Celebrate. Mwah! I'll see you later. Bye.
Well, it's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur, and welcome back to the Happy Entrepreneur Show, the #1 business development and revenue-focused late-night show in the country. We're on a mission. Our mission is to empower. Our mission is to inspire. And our mission really is to provide you, the entrepreneur, with all of the resources that are necessary to execute the vision you have for the people you were called to serve. And we want to thank the one and only Tiffany Jones for taking time out of her busy schedule. She can always make more money, but she can never make more time. Just like you can always make more money, but you can never make more time. And she took time away from her family. She took time away from things she could be doing. She took time away from other things to be here with us to share I Rule My Life, or what rule do you live by? She has an upcoming book coming out. Make sure you follow her. I'm going to ask her, where can you follow her again? And then she'll give her closing comments. But I want to say thank you. We appreciate you. Appreciate the time that you spent. And we've got to have you back. When your book comes out, we've got to have you back. Because they want to get the book. It's coming out soon, right? You said it's coming out soon?
Absolutely. July is the launch date.
Okay, yeah, July is the launch date. She's already got a plug in. July is the launch date. Shay, you ain't got to wait long. It depends on when y'all see this. But yes, we've got to have you back when you bring your book. So thank you so much. I want to turn it over to you to tell them how they can connect with you once again. And your final thoughts for folks out there like Dr. Kenneth Thigpen, who's watching, Joe, who's been on the other side here many times, Earl Mann, Kia Stringfield, so many folks that are tuning in right now to hear your message at a time where we need it most. This is what we were built for, this moment, to help those that need it the most. So thank you so much. I appreciate it. Over to you to close us out.
Yeah, Shay, absolutely. First and foremost, thank you very much for allowing myself the time on your platform. Thank you very much. I do absolutely appreciate you and what you're doing. Um, the readers can definitely contact me at www.irulemylife.com or www.thetiffanyjonesgroup.com, and also social media, Instagram, I Rule My Life 100, and also Facebook, I Rule My Life 100 as well.
Fantastic. And what are your final thoughts for those folks? These lights are going to go off. We'll no longer be broadcasting through the power of these fiber optic lines. And they've now got to go do, well, what they said they were going to do. They've got a list of rules. They've got to now go live by those rules. They got to, and it only change when I guess it's necessary to change. So what are your final thoughts to everyone who's watching right now?
Absolutely, Shay. Thank you so much. So I would encourage the audience to ask yourself the question: what rule do you live by? What rule do you live by? When you think about it, really give some thought. It is a thought-provoking conversation to start a conversation about those rules that you live by. And again, it may be something that you've always heard your parents say, your mother, your grandfather, a teacher, lesson that you learned when you were adult, something that remained with you over the years that you now stand firm on. It's the one thing in your life that is never changing, no matter what. It's the foundation that you stand on. It's that one thing that absolutely governs your life. And so I'm encouraging the readers to ask themselves the question: what rule do you live by? And I would love to hear what those rules are.
I love it. What rule do you live by? With that being said, we want to thank you for watching. We want you to know that today is your January 1st. You're going to live by the rules that you set out there. Today is your January 1st. You already made that statement: I rule my life. And today is your January 1st. Why? Because the best is still yet to come. You're still here. So your better days are ahead of you, not behind you. With that being said, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hitting the share button. Thank you for sharing this with your community. We appreciate every like, every heart, every time you show up. You mean so much to us. So with that being said, let you know that my name, by the way, is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. And I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. And I want you to remember that time is long, life is short. Live in the moment and enjoy it. God bless. Wish you much success. Bye-bye. Thank you so much, by the way. It's been so much fun while you're out there enjoying yourself in Las Vegas. Aren't you in Las Vegas?
I am, absolutely.
Well, I'm in Washington, D.C. It's still a better place. No, I'm joking with you. We got to go. I'm joking with you. I had to get that in. I had to say that. You know that. Promise I made to my mom. I only did this message for one person, and that's my mom. This is for you, Mom. Love you. My name is Shay Brown, the Happy Entrepreneur. Make it a great day, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Shay Brown.
Mic check, mic check.
All I do is win, no matter what. Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up.
Yes. Yeah.
And they stay there, and they stay there, and they stay there. Cause all I do is win.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless.